It's fascinating working on these movies because the nuances and the subtleties that actors find every time they play the part, and also as they grow as human beings, that they bring to the part.
That's kind of the fun part of the process, watching the character evolve.
The first Captain America film is subtitled The First Avenger.
There are men laying down their lives. I got no right to do any less than that.
Born out of the technology of the 1940s, frozen in ice, coming back into the present day.
To me, what's super exciting is, like, Cap's this kind of guy out of time.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best.
The great thing about Chris is he's not afraid of also embracing the conflicted part of Captain America, who still pines for the days of the 1940s when he was a kid out of the war.
For as long as I can remember, I just wanted to do what was right. Guess I'm not quite sure what that is anymore.
There is a sense of longing and of loss to the character that Chris never fails to articulate to audiences.
We try to save as many people as we can. Sometimes it doesn't mean everybody. But if we can't find a way to live with that, next time, maybe nobody gets saved.
Steve's going through a lack of trust for other people. Multiple situations in his life, he's seen government fail, so I think he feels that he is the most trustworthy.
In a lot of ways, he's the moral backbone of the Avengers. That is the dynamic. And for Tony Stark to defer authority to anybody, you know that anybody's got to be a pretty stand-up guy.
Lab's all set up, boss.
Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
Cap's always been, company man. He takes orders, he's a military guy. If the government as a unit feels that something is for the best, who's Steve to question it?
I thought I could follow orders, serve, throw myself back in. It's just not the same.
Through the events of the Winter Soldier, he learned that it's very hard to trust a government, any power structure that wants control.
It's very interesting to see Steve Rogers, to see Tony very naturally and realistically grow to the opposite viewpoints.
We have orders. We should follow them.
Following's not really much down.
On the other hand, he thinks, I remember when the World Security Council sent a nuclear bomb to New York City that we had to stop. When the organization I signed up with SHIELD turned out to in fact be an evil organization, Hydra.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could. No, you don't. No, I don't.
There was always an unresolved conflict that we had to answer, which was, what would happen if he ever found Bucky Barnes? Where is Steve Rogers' allegiance? Is it to the Avengers, or is it to this guy that he lost 80 years before?
It's that thing that gives you those kind of teenage goosebumps. Also, I could not get along better with anyone on planet Earth than Evans. And yet they always put us up against each other in movies, and where he's like, shake hand and go, but I love you, man, or whatever at the end.
Isn't that the mission? Isn't that the why we fight? So we can end the fight, so we get to go home?
Every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, innocent people die. Every time.
This time it's like, let's ditch the handshake. And let's see what happens. But of course, neither of us being right or wrong, I just think it adds a complexity.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth. But I don't want to see you gone. We need you, Cap.